Hello, I'm Richard, and today we're going to be attempting to change a gearbox on a mk5 Golf GTI tfsi engine. Basically why I'm doing this on my car today is because my 4th and 6th gear linkages are making a horrible noise. Listen to that. It's awful. The noise basically is when, because 4th and 6th gear both share the same like cog in the middle of the shaft. So there's 6th gear and 4th gear just there, and they both share the same shaft sort of cog there, and this one is the only one that makes the noise whilst driving, and it sounds awful. I was fortunate enough to find a second-hand gearbox at a salvage garage. I'd taken out the same car, same year, checked the code. On this particular model it's a GVT gearbox, so I've got another one to swap in. I was lucky enough to pick this gearbox up for £60. Now I'm from Leeds in West Yorkshire in the UK. Luckily I didn't have to drive far, I only drove to Sheffield at South Yorkshire. It took me about 45 minutes to get there. The guy's really sound bloke, give me the best one. He had about 6 gearboxes available. Sorted me out with this one. Yeah, it's mucky, you know, could do a bit of a tidy up, but he shows me it came off a car around about 60 to 70,000 miles. This is my Golf. This is currently at just over 120,000 miles. Basically we need to take all the battery out, all of it. Luckily I have an induction kit on this car, so it's very easy to take off. Literally just need to unbolt here, take out the sensor, and literally take off the boost pipe there. I'm not a mechanic, I'm an electrician by trade, but I do like working on cars. I don't have extensive knowledge. I have access to people with extensive knowledge. So I'm not an amateur, but I've never done one of these before, so I try to do as much research as I can. I'm fortunate enough to know somebody who works at Volkswagan themselves, so they've printed me off a step-by-step that VW would use. They may have special parts or special tools for doing some of the work. I will say that if you're going to do this job yourself, the only special tool you will need is a spline or triple square socket set. So I ordered this triple square spline socket set from Amazon. It was £20 free delivery because Amazon Prime, and it has every single spline bit you would need, M4 all the way up to M18. I have noticed when inspecting these after I'd picked them up that M18, this one is like a security one, so it has the hole in the middle. So they range from the M18, M16, the M14 has the hole in, but then when it gets to the M12 it doesn't. So if you do buy this particular brand, the security ones are only the last 3. But they look good quality. I check reviews on them. Fingers crossed it does the job. So first thing we're going to do is, just to let you know, this car is on 3P airlift air ride. I've filled the bags full, so the car is as high as it will go. The trouble is, because I have what they call a slam series at the back, even with the car fully jacked up, it looks lowered at the back. The front looks lowered as well when it's on full height. So it is a little bit difficult to get jacks underneath and stuff like that. But basically I'm going to drive my car forward onto some wood so I can get it higher up, get the jacks underneath, lift it up, get the whole car on axle stands, get it equally filled, because you can basically take the gearbox out with the gearbox oiling, because there's only something like 1.5 litres of gearbox oil in these. and they're not a very I've lifted the one I'm putting in, I've lifted that up. It's heavy, but when you're underneath the car, you know, if I needed to drop it down onto my chest or anything like that, it's not going to kill me. I'm going to have enough room, but I need enough room to get underneath it because I don't have any lifting kit or anything like that to get the car really high up. So I'm doing it the way that anybody could do this in their drive. Granted, you've got the right tools to do it. So also, there's different ways of doing this, but I was fortunate enough to borrow a engine lift. So basically, this it's like a brace, engine brace lifter. I don't know what it's called. So just put that across. What that'll do is that'll support the engine when I take the gearbox off. But basically, yeah, that's what this is for. Before I jack the car up, and just so you know, I didn't have to put it on chocks in the end. I forgot that the old man's got a lowered jack, and it does fit underneath. The only problem is, I don't know if when I jack one side up, it's gonna go too low at the other side for me not to be able to fit one in. So I'm just sort of be doing a few checks. I've already slackened these bolts off, but just for sort of like a preference. I'm just going to take my locking wheel nut off completely before I jack it up. I'm going to take both locking wheel nuts off completely, and then I'll slacken the bolts at this side, and then we'll jack it up. This side I haven't actually slackened. I'll just slacken these. Last time I put this car on 4 axle stands, I think it took just about as long last time as well. So they're the spline or triple square bolts that go into the gearbox. Just here. I need to slacken all them bolts at some point. And then this is the drive shaft that comes across. Yeah, before anybody gets confused, it's not a TSI engine, it's a tfsi. But because I have an induction kit, the air filter and the air box is part of the engine cover on this car. So because of that, I had to get rid of the old box, and I still got it because of the induction kit. It doesn't have a box, and I personally don't like the look of this engine without an engine cover. So I bought this and I did a little modification because it didn't fit. I've done a slight mod to get it to fit, and then just a couple of sort of mounts, but I'm not in any trouble. It's just filthy. It could do with getting all like painted and stuff. It was a plan, I just never got around to doing it, so I'm just going to remove that. Okay, so I'm just going to take the induction kit off. They're just your 10s, 10 millis on the batteries. That was a 13 on your stud for your main, for your battery, your negative. I'm just going to take out the battery holder now. That's a 13mm. 10mm bolt here. Oh, 10mm bolt here. This one's awful. This one looks horrible. And then one here as well. Right. Let's just give these bolts a little spray. They might actually be sound, but just they're being so rusty. They've obviously got a bit of water to them. That one looks too bad. It's fine. Lift it a little bit and then push off. That should just come off. Yeah, easy. I'll lift up and it just comes up and off and just slides off. Literally lift gear lever off and that's it, it's off. And again, and then it just slides off. That's that. So we'll take them off next. Oh, 13mm. Let's do that. Nice. Come straight off. Oh. Lovely. Just so you know that they're bolts and that's a nut that's on the engine. So it's a long stud coming through it and that won't fit that 13. So we need a long 13mm. Mil nuts. So there, them 2 nuts and bolts that goes up there. Now that should just come loose. Yeah. That's a gear linkages. Okay. So this here, this pipe, this must have like hydraulic fluid in it, so I need to clamp it off. So I've pulled this little clip up at this side. I'm just gonna, it was difficult to take this off on the one that's on the ground. It's going, that's easier. Here we are. So what I've done there is I've tipped fluid there, so I need to try and keep that high up. So I'm going to go get a tie wrap and tie wrap that to something else. There we go. Clamped out. Yeah, we'll have to bleed this system when I put the new gearbox in. This air strap is there. Okay. The starter bolt. Separate electric connectors too for reversing light switch. There's a little cover here. Take it off. Okay, that's his nut. Take this one off here. This is for the reverse. Separate the electrical connectors too for reversing light switch. So this one, when you put it in reverse, just puts your lights on at the back. I think if we had more room. Yeah, bloody hell, it worked. First time. Lovely. Oh look, I'm a bit naughty, but I've been able to put my screwdriver under there, look. So what you're doing is you're pushing. There's a tiny little, you probably can't see it from the camera, but right where my fingernail is, there's a little tab that sticks up. Sometimes you're not lucky enough to get a driver in like I did then. So let's pull that out of that housing. And then I just need to disconnect the main supply. Just be careful when you take that nut off. There's no washer on it, it's just a straight normal nut. And then that comes off. And that's it now, that's disconnected. Bolt for starter. Another 18mm. Look at that bad boy. That is a long bolt. That's what the earth stud was on. Oh, it's gone. It's alright, I've done it.
When you get them out, you'll find they're not.
It's no, they're probably a quarter. Yeah. Oh, that's a big bolt. Lovely and clean. That's how they should be. What's that one? Special nuts and bolts, them aren't they? So I'm going to hook that on there. Put the nut off, it'll take this bracket off. That's what's holding a lot of other things on here. So yeah, that nut, and then that swings off and there's another nut behind it and that's holding the starter in. So we're going to take that off now. Kind of got a bit ahead of myself, took that bolt out and come up. As soon as I've touched it, the starter's just started coming out, so I just didn't want to miss a video in that, pulling the starter out. So here we have it. Let's get a little bit trapped just at the bottom there with that. I've only got one hand, but here we go. So here it is. It says your starter. The new gearbox is going in. So here with my starter, and that's going to go on there like that. It's going to fit on there. Merry on. That's where the starter was on this gearbox, and that is now removed. Okay, so you need to take this cover off so that I can access in here, but it's just this bottom half here. Now, normally there'd be a splash guard and an under tray and and all this lot at the front, but I just don't have mine on because they're wrecked from having a lowered car and hitting speed bumps and messing and stuff like that. So I currently don't have one. They're only held on with like torque screws. Really easy to do. So I'm just going to go to torque set and I'm going to take them off. T25 maybe? Okay. Yeah, T25s. It's just going to drop off. Voila! There's 3 bolts here, and then there's 3 bolts on the top of the gearbox. So I'm going to just take them all off. They look similar to that 18 that I was using before. Let me see what size. So it's 18. We're not. Right. Oh, pardon me. All 3 bolts, same size. Nah, shorter. I think. Yeah, just a little bit shorter. Really, not much of them. Hey, straight out. There you go, that's your mount. We've got to remove this mount. I think it's called a dog bone mount. And basically, there's 2 16mm bolts here and here, and that's like one piece. And then there's another one that attaches to the subframe back here. This one at the back, just here. This one is a 21. So I don't know if you can see that on either the camera, but I'll need to remove them, take that out. I might have to lift the engine a little bit because it looks like it's dropped down a little bit too much for what I need to do. Long one also goes right through. And this dog bone's like, it's just another mount.
I came, I saw, I conquered, I balled. I came, I saw, I conquered, I balled. Yo, we said get 'em, so I got 'em all. And turn this bitch into a
Wow. And there's your dog bone. Let's take these 3 nuts off. So that's 17. Right, so that's 3 17mm nuts that hold this control arm. we're stuck with is this. Got a slack in that and wants to spin, so I kind of need somebody on the outside, bring everyone up to date. So when I'm turning to try and slacken those spline, triple square bolts, as soon as I turn it, the shaft's turning as well. So I'm just going to go get somebody to give me a hand to go against it with this one. Centre's a 27 on this. There's a nut, the bolt. He's just gonna get my old man to go against me so I can put pressure on. Okay?
Yeah.
That's on. That's one of them.
Watch me pop. Watch me pop. Watch me pop. Watch me pop. Pop it like. Watch me pop. Pop it like. Watch me pop. Watch me pop it like a
because this car has self-leveling lights, I need to take this nut off here, and this camera's about to die anyway, so I'll take that off, that'll take this off, and then I should be able to swing the arm out, because this is off now. Look, it's on like a leveler here, but at the bottom here it's stiff. I think it's just with age it's gone tight at the bottom, so the only give I've got is at the top, but it's actually broken there. But I can just lift it out. See if I can. As I'm pushing all the suspension arm and everything away. I believe that I need as much room. I think I need as much room because when I drop this gearbox out, it comes this way. So how can I give myself more room? Anti-roll bar's not going anywhere. Wishbone's out of the way. Other than pulling suspension off, which I'm not doing, might be alright. Maybe if I just try and swing it a bit more. Well, I ain't coming out any more than that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this Jubilee clip off here. Now, you might not look familiar to maybe what you have because it's a twin cooler system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Jubilee clip off here, pull that pipe out. This is flexible, so not need to worry too much about any damage here because there's quite a bit of give. But this is solid plastic. This is the one that then goes up. So with that, I'm going to take out this bolt here. And then I'm going to go then up to the top. You come up and there's a plug just here. It's really difficult because there's some pipes in the way. I actually need to pull this plug off. I'll have that boost pipe off, that's the one with the Jubilee clip. There's a nut here, take that one off, and then just one more Jubilee clip. And I'm just going to pull that pipe out, and there's just going to be, it's not risking cracking that. I get this might not matter to me because I ain't got the type of boost pipe on, but I'm going to use a 7mm socket with like full extension bars because the nuts facing out. Taking this pipe off here. So I've just undone that nut there. I'm just gonna set this pipe off. So that boost pipe is now off. I've undone the screw at the bottom. I need to take this boost pipe here. I need to undo that nut there and then just pull this clip off. So here is that plastic boost pipe that was attached to the front of the car. That's the top where it goes into the manifold at the front. There's the bottom that goes into my silicone hosed dual pipes. There was a sensor on there, typical VW flimsy thing, but I managed to get it off alright, didn't do any damage. There was a nut there, and there was a T30 bolt there, not there. That was 10mm, I believe. In fact, it's down here. So there's the T30 that was in there. I keep them together, and that was the 10mm that was on there. Obviously, the plug that's hanging on is literally just hanging behind there, so there's nothing I can really do with that. Right, I'm going to wrap that up for today. I think that's not bad progress. So I've never done anything this deep on a car before. Just a quick run through. So far today, I managed to get the starter motor out, the battery, the air filter. I've took that boost pipe off the front. We've took the drive shaft out of one side. The other side, the bolts are loose. I didn't video that, but my dad helped me like hold the nut at the driver's side. So they're loose, ready to come off, but they're still on. I would continue, but I've just got such like a lot of mess, and just there's no rush doing this. I'm gonna keep a tab of how many hours I've spent doing it. And yeah. Morning, welcome back. This is Tuesday now. The next day, just coming up to 11 o'clock. So I spent about 4.5 hours yesterday doing what I did. Just gonna continue. Did a little bit of checking again last night before I start today. Basically, I've already loosened off the drive shaft bolts coming in from the driver's side, UK driver's side. I forgot to take out the bolts off the ball joint at this side, so I'm going to do that. They're original bolts. I believe they're 16mm. We'll check that when we get to it. That way I can pull the drive shaft out. That side. I'm also going to have to disconnect the drop link for the anti-roll bar at this side because I just can't get the drive shaft out at the passenger side because I have lowered drop links. The anti-roll bar is just too high, I just can't get it out. So I'm going to loosen it off, take it off at this side, and that way it'll be slack, should be able to get that out. And then all I need to do then is just take out, well I'll show you when I get under there, but there's just a couple of Allen like fittings that hold where the drive shaft attaches to on the gearbox. Apparently I need to take them off so there's more room to take the gearbox out, and then all I've got to do is just take out like 3 bolts and that should come off. I might have missed something in between, but I don't think there's anything a bit major in between there, and that should come out. Yeah, when I pull the clutch pedal out when it's in neutral, it's quite rattly. Now that could be just due to the slight issue of what I've got and the clutch release bearing in the gearbox. So hopefully when I take the gearbox off and I get hold of the flywheel, as long as it's not really bad, I'll just swap this gearbox out. But if it turns out that the flywheel is really loose, and well, it's not loose, these are dual mass flywheels on these cars, and they just tend to go, and I don't want to do any damage to the car. And if it turns out that I need to replace that, then the project's going to go on a little bit longer, because I'm going to have to order a new flywheel, which most of the time you just buy it as a kit, like a clutch kit, and it comes with the flywheel, the clutch, and the casing. And it even comes with like another part that you've got to swap out, which I'll show you if I need to, but fingers crossed I don't have to replace that, because it's like a fair few £100 that I didn't want to have to spend if I didn't have to, because it's kind of a budget build. I only paid £60 for the gearbox, which is ridiculously cheap. So I'm going to get underneath the car, I'm just going to carry on. So yesterday I took these, I was slacking these off, look, now these are really tight.
This your favorite song. Translation, ven aquí mami así culo. Tu quiero que mi huevo si papi mores espero chupase puto pendejo el pinche cabrón. Let's get it nice like this on a night like this. Sword in my hand I fight like
So
this.
that won't move. So what I'm going to do is I'm just move over here. See if you can see it. There's 3 there. Yeah, there's 3 bolts. They're the original bolts on this side. So I believe there's 16. And I'll be right. Ready? This is not okay, so that's off now. Look at that. Lovely. Oh yeah. So I'm just going to go back to the top now. I'm going to see if we can get that mini roll bar drop link off. Basically, take that one off. So yeah, I'm another go taking this off. Oh, I can pull that whole way out now. That's actually, as I've pulled on this, the drive shaft's just come out. But I can get my air gun on properly now. Oh yeah. Yeah. So before, when I was trying to pull this out, this was solid. Look at that now. I can move that. What I can do is pull down. Oh, yeah, presto.
Real bad man, we will kill all your swag.
If you can see, but just here there's a nut, not a bolt, and it just holds a little bracket on here. 13. This part here, you can see perfect on the camera. There's an Allen bolt in there, but obviously when you try and turn it, this wants to turn. I know it might look tight now, but when I do, it's gonna go. First time, I think. Yeah. Extension bar. for kind of like the worst screwdriver I could find. Right. So that's wedged against there now. There we go. Here comes. Nice and steady. Oh. A nut there and a nut there. But apparently you've got to take them off. So I'm just going to do it because it's just a heat sheet, it's just a shield. I just hope I put it back. One there. One there. Yeah, a little bit of juice just jumped out then. Bolt, one bolt. That is what's holding all the gearbox on right now. These two bolts now, 16 short ones, and then it finish off with this one. At the middle, where you want it. Probably won't actually be able to see because the nut is here and all you can see is that, but I do need to sit where I am, so I'm going to get that off. Yeah, so I'm then trying to get this gearbox off and I missed the bolt out. So we take this driver's side shaft off, and do you remember me taking this out? There's a bolt right there. How did I miss it? Just read the instructions and it shows that. It says there's a cover plate as well at the top. I better just take that off because it says to do that in the manual. Take that off. It's a small bolt. No, it's 10 mil. Okay, so it's an 18 mil socket. Gives me room to work with. But let's not. There's a big jack. And stop it. hell. You watch yourself when you take that out. She's a tight bugger. So it's official. I do need a clutch and a mass flywheel. Yeah, it's really bad. I didn't know what we were looking for when I was having a look under the car, but yes, shock. So I've just been on the bay, found one. That'll do the job, absolutely spot on. Check, make sure it's for the right engine, right gearbox, dual mass flywheel, clutch. I also had to order a socket set as well. It's basically the spline socket. I've got spline bits, but the heads on these are spline triple square. So I've ordered a socket set that go over them. So if you're going to change your clutch, you need that. For now, I've ordered those parts. When they arrive, I'll swap them over. So that's delayed the job. It's going to be a couple of days now before I can do it. So I'm just going to tidy everything up. It's meant to rain tonight, so I'm going to have to cover all this up because I can't put the bonnet down, put the brace across the engine. We've got loads of viscous. It's not going to rain too heavy apparently. It's just going to be a mild rain. So I'm just going to tidy the engine bay up here. Just get it all nice and covered up so we don't get any water damage. See you on the flip side. So I've just got finished up editing the video. It's quite long, so I'm going to have to put this in like a two-parter. Basically everything you've seen is relevant to taking the gearbox out, all the way right down to taking it out as you've seen. As you'll have seen at the end of the video, before I'm speaking now, my clutch and flywheel needs replacing as well. It hasn't arrived yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a separate video on that, so if you want to just check out my channel, you'll find that eventually. It'll be either there now, or it'll be coming up soon. And then I'll also do a part 2 to this video on putting the gearbox back. You can follow it if you want to. If it's, you might come across a few things that are quite difficult when you're putting it back and you just want to use this for reference. Otherwise, just basically do a reversal of what you've just seen in this video. If you like what you've seen, then just give one of them thumbs up on there. You can follow my channel if you want. I like doing videos now and again, so maybe there'll be more to come. Also, if you want to subscribe to my dad's channel, you'll find him at Stevie GTR. Basically, he does a lot of work with tools and lathes and various other things. If you want to follow my Instagram, go to BigRich690. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you have any questions, stick them in the comments below. I'll try and answer them as quick as I can. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.